Hello everyone. So welcome back to this session of making pattern programming logic, right? So this program we have already covered. So you can watch our previous video if you want to see how we can make this pattern program. So here in this video, we are going to discuss our second pattern program. So this which is nothing but this one. So let me write in the paint here as well. So if I want to print one star and then in the next line two star and in the next line 3 stars and after that 4 star. Okay, so again we are going to use the same approach which we have discussed in the first lecture. First of all, I will count the total number of rows. So this is the approach we are going to follow in each and every program. Count the total rows. So here you can see total number of rows are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So write the number here. And the total number of columns are here is again you can see this time you have okay, so here one more star will have. Let me write one more. Okay, so total number of columns are here as well 4. So the total number of columns are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So total columns are 4. So I will again use two for loops. So if I write for loop like this, for I equals to 1, and how many times I will run this outer for loop? We have total 4 number of rows. So I will run that for loop 4 times. So I will say I less than equals to 4 and then I will increment the value of I. Okay, so inside that outer for loop, I will also write one inner for loop. So if I write j, I will take separate variable. So I will rename this as j equals to 1. And how many times I have to run that inner for loop? This one. See, in the when the in the first line, I want to print 1 star. So if I write like this, j less than equals to 1, and I will say plus plus j, and inside that I will simply say system dot out dot print, right? So make sure you are not writing print ln, otherwise our line will change. So here if I write like this, so first of all this condition will be checked, so we will come inside and this inner for loop will run one time. So 1 star will going to be print here, right? Okay, but after this for loop will executed for one time, I want to change the line, and in the next line I want to print 2 star. So here I will simply say system dot out dot println. So that println will just change the line. So this is the reason I am writing it here. Okay, so once that for loop will run completely, again this for loop will run second time, this outer for loop. So this time, how many times, how many stars I want to print in the second line? I want to print 2 stars. So what we can do, instead of writing some uh, value here in this here, I will simply say value of I. So what happens when I value will become 2, instead of I 2 will come. So this inner for loop will run 2 times and it will print 2 stars here for me. And once this inner for loop will be completed, I will again execute this line and it will change the line and we will again start from the uh, starting of this line once our line will change. And for the third time, when I value will become 3, condition true. So instead of I this time, what is the value we are going to get? We are going to get the value as 3. So now this for loop will run 3 times and it will print 3 stars, 1 star and 2 and 3. Okay, after it will print the 3 stars, this line will be executed and our line will again change. So we will again start from this line, last one. Now, when I value will become 4, because this statement will be executed and now I value will become 4. So 4 is less than equals to 4. Condition is true. So we will again going to execute this loop. But here what is the value of I? This time value of I is nothing but 4. So now this inner for loop will going to run for 4 time and it will going to print 4 stars like this. So once it will print 4 stars like this for loop will terminate because the condition will become false at the 5th time. Okay, once it will terminate, we are again going to execute this line. So anyways, after that line will execute or not, we are not going to see any difference in our output. And after that, this outer for loop will also terminate because I value will become 5. So this outer for loop will also terminate. So this is how you can apply this logic here to print this star pattern, which is nothing but this. So let us also see quickly that how we can make that star pattern in our Eclipse editor. So let me open my Eclipse editor. Okay, so first of all I will say for, let me define two variables, int I and j. So first of all I will say I equals to 1 to I less than equals to 4, so that this outer for loop will run 4 times, and inside that I will say again one more for loop which is nothing but j equals to 1, j less than equals to I, and I will say increment the value of j. So here I will simply say system.out.print. So keep in mind system.out.print you have to use, otherwise every time line will change. So I will remove ln from here, and inside that I will simply say star. So and here you have given the value of I, so every time value of I will come from here to here. So that will run for that number of time whatever be the value of I. But after that I will simply write this statement so that our line will change, right? So let me write in comment line will change. Okay, so let us try to execute this program. Let us see whether we are getting our desired output or not. So I will right click and run as Java application. So click on OK. You can see that you have successfully printed the star pattern like this. So likewise, if you have one more row after that star, suppose you have another row like this, one more star like this time it will have 5. So what you have to do, simply you have to make one change in the outer for loop, and that will do the work for you. So if I have one more star like this at the end, then I will simply write 5 here, so that this outer for loop will run 5 times, and it will going to print our star like this. You can see, right? So this time one time, second time, third time, fourth time, and fifth time. So this is how you can implement this logic to make our pattern program. So that's all for this session. We'll see you again in the next lecture. Thank you everyone.